So I was peeing my pants the other day, and then I
Uh,
got in trouble at work for peeing my pants. It was just like, hey, I'm 30 years old. I can do what I want.
yeah, that's crazy. You should totally be able to pee in your pants. I pee in my pants all the time just because I'm an
Yeah.
adult.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what's funny?
It's my laundry. I'm going to do it later.
You just reminded me of something really funny. A thought that I had the other day of so last night before I went to bed, so we went worked all day outside, and then they were like go to town, get like gas and get drinks for people and get snacks or whatever. So I was getting everyone like candy and stuff and just all kinds of like, yeah, what do you want, sandwich, blah blah blah. And I was at Dollar General, and
DD,
I bought
baby.
some, I was gonna get some Reese's Pieces, and then I was walking by and I saw their Easter stuff was up, and they had a big package of the Reese's eggs, and I was like, ooh, I'm grabbing those instead. So I grabbed those and I put them in my freezer last night, and then I don't know, it was like 10:30, 10:45. I was watching the Blues a little bit, and I was like, oh, I forgot I had those. Nice. And I went and grabbed a couple, and I had supper, but I was like, oh, weird. This is gonna be the last meal of my day. And I was thinking about how like when you're a kid and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait to be an adult. I can do whatever I want. Adults will I don't have to listen to my parents. If I can do if I want candy every night for dinner, I can do that because I'm an adult. And then I thought about it, and it's like that's a fun thought as a kid. You're like, oh, kids, they're so cute. Oh, sorry, I got fucking sawdust in my eye. That's so cute, kids. And then if you're an adult and you actually eat candy every single day for dinner, your life is in shambles. Like
Yeah.
that is not good. You do not want
People
to
are
be,
texting you asking you if you're okay.
yeah, you don't want to be eating candy every single night as an adult. That is going to cause some issues.
Now, I will say this as an adult,
Yeah.
I do have like a midnight sweet almost every
Oh,
night.
yeah, of course. That's the thing. It's like
Yeah.
when you're an adult, yeah, it's the difference between not dinner. Dinner has
Right.
to be food.
Right.
At least like chips and cheese. It has to at least feel it has to
Yeah.
be something savory, I guess. And then later, like because after 10 o'clock, is it dinner still? Is it still
No.
dinner? I don't know. It's 8 o'clock somewhere probably, for I don't know, but I don't think that works. Let's just go ahead and get into it, man. Let's jump in. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Oh, too early. Story of my life. I can't hear any of that.
Can you not?
No. I can hear you just fine, but I can't hear anything coming off of that.
I do have here. I do have a song I'll sing while I'm playing. That way, I don't know the actual rhythm to the song though.
Oh.
Buying eggs on the street and weed in the stores. The times they are a changing. That's my like modern Bob Dylan. The times they are
Nice.
changing because egg prices are like fucking it's through the roof, and the only solution they have from the government is to just buy chickens.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Which I know a
I love.
handful of people that are
Oh
doing
yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, people that own their own chickens have a great time with it. My cousin, her and her husband and their kids had chickens, and they would give us eggs and they'd give us chickens because sometimes you eat the chickens.
Yeah.
And one time, my little nephew, my cousin's kid, I can't remember what he said to me exactly, but he was probably like 3 or 4, and he was like, uh, "Mommy, mommy chopped off a chicken's head today." Like it was at a reunion. He's like, "Yeah, before we came here, mommy had to wash all the blood off her hands," and I was like, "Oh my God." What are you doing? And I just
Who's
wanted to
this
stop.
chicken fella? You know?
Yeah, is that what they're calling it these days? I just wanted to hold this up. This is the only politics stuff we're doing today because this is what they do. Yeah,
I've noticed a lot of
yeah.
changes since you did that.
A
So
lot of changes happened.
yeah.
Great, great. Yeah, that I was so confused when I saw that because everyone online was like, I thought you guys were gonna like just stand up and walk out like a baller move, and then you got like people holding up little signs going, "I'm scared." Like
Yeah.
that's not effective at all. What are you doing? That's ridiculous. You guys are ridiculous. But we're not gonna get into it. Everybody, sorry. Welcome to Path 141, Mellow Brick
Ooh.
Road. Van, Mason.
Mason.
Windsor, Greenwell.
Yeah.
Uh, that's it. I don't have any more to say. Those are our names. Wow, it's been a crazy week. A lot of things have been happening. A lot of things. I can't wait till just another politic thing. I can't wait for the first 100 days to be over because we're getting close to see like the report of everything that's happened since the first day of the presidency. Dude, it's gonna be nuts. Uh, and I did read. Did you read that someone ran toward the White
Mm,
House the other day?
yeah, I heard something like that.
Or
And
like that overnight he got like shot running toward. He was from like Indiana or something. They said. I don't know. Like I told you before we started, I've been trying to just like not ignore the news because you have to stay informed, but like I'm just not like if I see Trump or Vance or Musk, I'm just like, I don't.
yeah,
I'll read it and then I'll go, okay, ignore. Let me go look at what Macron's doing. Let me go look at what Trudeau's doing because they're doing cool things. Zelensky, cool things. But man, we're really we're like on the cusp of World War III right now. It feels
yeah,
like, and we're on the wrong side of it. Not us, me and you. I feel like we're not on any side of it.
no.
We're
Our
not part of
government's
this
on one
war.
side of it,
Our
but
government's on one side. Thank you. Yes, our
yeah, I don't
government.
know, man. It's weird because like yeah, I don't know, man. I'm over it, but I do know like European forces are like really like starting to put a bunch of money into their military
Yeah, they're
spending.
all ramping up. They're getting like all allianced up.
And
Uh,
then there was some other country that they are working on a training program so they can train every single male in their country for like war tactics just in case it were to happen.
See, I don't want to do that. Unless actually I'll go to a course for war tactics for if they start bombing the US.
Yeah.
But I
I
don't
don't know,
know.
man. I'm just at the point now where it's like it's all I'm hearing about now, so I really stopped caring
Yeah.
and it's to the point where I mean it's a done deal for the most part. I can't really do too much more about it. So,
Right. I mean, yeah, any type of like protesting or yelling around, they're just like nope, they're just locking themselves inside and they're just signing away all these things. They're doing everything as fast as they can. I don't know what their end game is because if everything goes tits up for them, like they lose, but then the country's still all we got to untangle the whole mess. But it's like
yeah,
if you because I don't know.
I know how to fix it.
Well, yeah, what do you do? What do you have to do?
It's super simple,
Yeah.
actually.
Okay.
You get rid of money. If you got rid of money,
Yeah, dude.
think about it. Every person's problem is they either don't have enough of it or they're not
Hmm.
making enough of it. That's
Yeah.
the same problem. But you know exactly what I mean.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
if we talk about any political, any social, any mental problem
Mm,
in America,
mm.
if you break it down all the way to the bottom, it all comes down to the money sign.
The
So,
root.
yeah, if we got rid of money, we wouldn't have any issues. We would have some different kind of issues, but
Different issues, yeah, for sure.
we would get back to a more probably community sense kind of thing where the
Yeah.
community, like, this is the farmer, you get the food from this guy,
More of
this
a,
is
a
your,
bartering system, perhaps. At the start, maybe.
yeah.
But there's definitely like ways to do it. I don't know. This is like this one movement that I've heard does a pretty good job. It's called like socialism.
Mm.
Pretty good with community based, at least like small community based governments. I don't know how socialism grows, like what happens if it gets too big. Because obviously capitalism is dope when it's like, I mean, all
Is
government
it?
things. Well, all governments and forms of living are great when they're just like a singular or a small component of something. But once they get like everything, once you get too much of it, like
Yeah.
capitalism, there's too much capitalism now to where like humans, what used to make humans really unique to other animals was like we could draw and sing and dance and like, and create things. And now because of capitalism, we those have become like skills. Those aren't something that humans just
Yeah.
do. You know how like birds like sing? Birds just sing. That's what they do.
So
It's
do
beautiful.
mice.
Right. And you just can't hear it.
Yeah.
Which is our loss. But like in humans, like we paint, we create, we do things like that, but we like now because those are skills, they're not something that Like you have to be able, if you want to do that thing, like you want to paint, if you want to sculpt, if you want to do that kind of stuff, you have to have money to do, or you have to be able to make money off of it. You can't just
Yeah.
do it and that's all you do because you'll starve to death because food costs money. So there's no such thing as just like doing something just for the fun of it. Because even like a hobby, but like you have to pay for the hobby. You have to, and you can't live off that hobby because then it'll
Yeah.
become it's not a hobby anymore. It's your job. I don't know. It's a fucking weird system, man.
And you can't even like enjoy your passion. If you're not the best at your passion, then you won't make money off of it.
Yeah,
Like
and that's
that's
gonna
pretty
make
much it.
you, and
So
that's gonna make you not want to do it anymore. Which
right,
means your
because
whole
you
like
can't
sense of self is
live.
gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tragic. But here's what I want to know, Mason. Here's what I
Yeah.
want to know. Do you think that you could get DNA off of
Yeah.
someone's
Oh,
waste?
yeah.
Like their midsection, but like their excrement. You think that's a thing? It's probably the thing, right? Because like they make
They're
the piss and shit.
okay. Why'd you say waste?
Because that's I
Oh,
was being polite.
Waste.
Yeah,
I was thinking
not your midsection. Not yeah. See,
WAIST.
that's what I figured. I figured that's what was your brain was. No, not your midsection.
Okay.
No, no, your waist is in like your piss and shit.
Yeah,
I was trying to be
easily.
like polite about it, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's essentially
easily.
piss and shit. You think you can? I think so too. I just never really thought about it because they always talk about like cloning. I think it was when I sent you that clone. They clone those mice, or not clone those mice, but they had those mice with like the
The
woolly
woolly
mammoth
mice.
gene, which is so cute. Like
Yeah,
little, they're like
dude.
little puffballs. You probably wouldn't like them though because they're like little cotton balls. So you probably would feel weird for you.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, they
It's
probably have
fur.
thick hair, so
Oh,
it's
it's
probably
thick.
pretty full.
It's
Oh
thick.
yeah,
But yeah, so
some
I was
thick
just thinking about it because like
mice.
they talk about cloning, and I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to clone someone like an elite person, like a billionaire could clone themselves. You just you could just do it like through their poop or pee, but maybe not. Maybe there's DNA in there, right? I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume so. There has to be some kind of DNA. I mean, because people have like those fecal transplant things where,
True. That's
because of
right.
like different people's gut healths and
Yes.
whatnot. So
You're
like, there has to be some kind of genetic material
there
in there,
is.
right?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
You're dude, I can't believe I just totally missed that whole spot. Yes. There is fecal transplants. That's so
Remember, South Park did a whole episode about it with Tom Brady.
I literally used to date someone who worked in that industry, gut microbiome. So I should have known that. I literally sent in my poop once.
Dude, isn't
No,
that crazy? Fecal transplants, though, you literally
so weird.
put one person's like poop in someone else to then they poop it out. It becomes their poop.
It becomes their poop. Yeah. When does it? I mean, does it though? I mean,
Crazy times, man.
like half their poop. What if you took that poop? That's half their poop, half your poop, and you pooped it out, and then you took that poop and you gave it to someone else.
I mean, at that point, that's a different poop. That's not your poop. That's not their poop. That is
Whoa.
your love child,
It's like
you know?
Theseus's ship. Like you
Yeah.
replace one board, eventually it's no longer the same ship, it's a different ship. Even though every
Yeah.
board you replaced it with was identical, it's still not the same ship
Mm,
because but if you took all the old boards that you took off and you put them back together Hermes style, Futurama style, you can put the old pieces back together into the original shape. And then you can
right.
have like and you can do the puppet song with Zoidberg,
Yeah.
which is fun. That was like three different
Yeah.
metaphors all wrapped in one. I love it. So you think, yeah, you can, is what we're saying. You
Probably.
can probably
Yeah.
clone. I don't know why no one's done that, unless they have, like
Well,
cloning something off of their
I
poop.
think
Why do we
it's
gotta
easy.
get
There's
hair
easier way
shit?
to get DNA, I
Yeah,
think.
I guess if you were like sneaking in someone's, you know, in like in the movies where they like go in there and get their DNA, and they go in the bathroom and they like go to get the hair off the brush, and then they're like,
Yeah.
they look in the toilet and they're like, huh, yeah, that bag's big enough. They get their bag and they scoop it up. And they're like, here you go. A lot of poop going on in food science. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff over there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure for food science, like you can only have you have to have less than like 0.2% fecal matter in your food for it to be sold.
Yeah, so I think it's the same with like bugs and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like a certain,
I
they're like you're
yeah.
gonna get. I like how they're just like you're gonna get bugs in your food, but we're gonna make sure it's the least amount. But you're definitely gonna have bugs in there.
Well, I
I
mean,
say
here's the
boost it
thing.
up.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
that's just extra protein.
you got bugs in your Snickers. You might as well make it a protein heavy Snickers and just stop cutting out so many bugs. And you plus you save chocolate. You got
Yeah.
more bugs in chocolate. Boom.
Yeah, here's the thing, man. I mean, I would much rather be eating some bugs and stuff versus like baby food that has literally like literal toxic metal in it.
Yeah, literally feeding sheet metal to your kid. Congrats. Way to go.
Thanks, Gerber, and your guaranteed grow up plan.
I'd be so mad if I was that baby on the front.
Yeah,
Um,
probably dead.
I feel like, yeah, how long? Yeah, that's been around for a long time. You know, have you ever heard the thing where I don't know what country it is? It might be somewhere in Africa. They put like pictures of the food on all the packages, or maybe it's Japan, or it could be just another country. I don't know. But they don't they get like American products, but they don't speak English, so they put pictures of the food on the product. So they're like, oh, cereal, oh, this is wheat or flour or whatever. And then when they got Gerber, a lot of people thought that it was made of babies because it had a picture of a baby on the front. So they would like call the people like, they're serving human babies, like humans baby jam.
Uh,
That's the name of my new band, Human Baby. We are Human Baby Jam. 1, 2, 3, 4.
nice.
I love it. Um, hey, listen. Hey, let's move on to a different topic here. Let's move on to some
Okay,
sports.
yeah, let's get away from poop.
Yes, please. I've been
Speaking
getting into
about poop, anyway.
I've been getting into football.
Oh,
And by the way, we're not calling it American football anymore on this podcast. It's gridiron football because I found out in
Okay.
like Europe they're starting to call it gridiron football, which is really cool. Which I think is badass compared to just calling it football because they catch it with their hands. So like it's not football. It's basically
Are we
rugby.
talking?
American football, like what we play with the
Right.
helmets, is basically just rugby with more stoppages.
Okay,
Because
so
rugby
they don't
never-
have like as many pads and stuff.
rugby. They don't wear pads.
Right, that's why I'm talking about this gridiron football. They're not.
That's
like,
why I think that's why they call it. So they call
Okay.
American football gridiron football, which I think is
Oh,
so cool.
gotcha,
I think gridiron football is a great name for
It
that.
just reminds me of that movie with Exhibit and The Rock,
Yeah, I know, isn't that cool? So just call it gridiron. I think it's dope. Because I've been watching
the
football
Beastie Boys or whatever it's called.
football, soccer,
Yeah.
essentially.
Oh, okay. So you're getting into.
I'm getting into
football.
soccer. I've been watching, dude. I am obsessed with soccer right now.
Watch Ted Lasso.
I'm hooked. I don't know. I couldn't get into it. I'll give it another rewatch. But I need to finish Severance first. Halfway through season 2.
Ooh, buddy.
Yeah, dude, I know it's nuts, dude. And I've been watching Arsenal. Go Arsenal. But Manchester
Okay.
City, dude. I'm telling you, Manchester City. Mark my words right now on this podcast, and I've said it before. Another one. Manchester City has this guy on their team whose last name is Holland. I don't know what country he's from. Sweden, Norway. It could be from one of those countries.
Not
He's
Holland,
very,
though.
very tall. Yeah, exactly. Very tall, like blonde, like Targaryen blonde, like platinum blonde hair.
Some
like
guy in Germany would have really liked him.
Halland, something like that.
Or Austria, I mean.
He is 24, and he just had like a few weeks, like a month ago, he had like his 250th goal, which apparently is an
In
insane
the
feat.
pros?
In the Premier League, yeah, in the pros.
I think that is pretty insane. That seems like
I
a
was
lot.
I was like, seems like a lot. And then the commentators were like, they were freaking out about it. They were like, this guy that's he's like, Messi didn't get that at 24. Who's that other guy? Ronaldo didn't get that at 24. He's like, no one's gotten that.
This
If
kid
you wanna
hasn't been
see-
playing since he was 14 or
If
something.
you want to see a kid 18, which is nuts.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. You cannot let Holland get the ball. He's too good. So like they said, if you want to see
That's
another
like someone in
person-
hockey doing that, dude. That's
if
crazy.
someone was that young getting like 250 goals, you have to go back like 50, 60, 70 years
yeah, dude.
for another person to do that, which is so crazy. So I said, mark my words, that guy, Holland, is going to be a star. I mean, he's already amazing to watch, but so I told Trace, I'm not like being like, oh, I'm only going to watch this team. I'm trying to just I'm trying to learn the game first. So I'm watching like an array of teams, but my main team that I'm watching is Arsenal. Which I think they do play today, so I'll have to watch a game. It'll probably be tomorrow because we've got some gaming to do later. But yeah, so soccer's great. The one thing that's interesting about it, one ref, and they got the sideline people like refs and stuff, but there's really just one ref that follows everyone around. And I haven't watched like World Cup or anything yet. I mean, probably like years ago I did, but what I was thinking about watching soccer is because in Super Bowl they have like specific refs that show up like, oh, I don't follow the refs' names. Some people will be like, oh, that guy's the reffing. Oh, I remember watching him ref 10 years ago or something.
Oh,
like
that guy
like,
has reffed every Kansas City Chiefs home
Yeah.
game for the past 7 years, and they've won every game in the past 7 years.
Right. Exactly. So when then like the Super Bowl does this, the World Series, they have like specific umpires they choose, and I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know if Trace would have any information on this either, but what
the
do you
sports
think
guy.
makes a ref like a big game ref? I know they have to like they have to be
I think the
experienced.
uniform.
They have to, right? Like a big game, like they have a big package, like
I
a
would
big
I
dong,
would say experience.
right?
Um,
Track record, I guess.
yeah, I would just say probably like for the big time games like national championships, whatever.
Right.
You're probably getting the people that have refed the longest in your
Yeah.
league. You're probably getting them. You're probably getting the people that don't have never had like a controversial like
Right.
calling.
That's what I was thinking.
So it's probably I would say like your first year in, you could be the best and call the best like oh no, I saw that from across the field and you see
Hmm.
it on the camera. It's like, yep, that was definitely a foul. But
Yeah.
I don't think that guy would make it in, even if he was like the best at his job. It's they're
Hmm.
probably I'm sure it's like a uh
A hierarchy
uh
thing.
hierarchy thing, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. It just kind of hit me out. I've never thought about it,
Or
but
nepotism.
like that it could be that too. Well, I know my parents when my mom was watching Cardinals, like the St. Louis Cardinals, she will sometimes recognize certain umps on the
Yeah.
like, oh that guy's umping tonight. Oh wow, it's
Oh, this guy's behind home
something like
plate.
yeah, like that. And I never I'm like, why are you looking at the refs? Who
Yeah.
cares about the refs?
Yeah.
Because like if a ref's doing their job correctly, y- I don't know. I was gonna say you shouldn't even notice they're there because like you shouldn't have to
Right.
know who they are because like every ref should be doing it the same way. But like with
Yeah.
soccer, like Trace can't get into soccer because he doesn't like all the falling, like the fainting and stuff, which is fair. But I told
I
him
methey
the
tell him
thing
to
is
watch the NBA.
exactly, dude.
Or tell him
But
to watch the Chiefs this season. What is he talking about?
dude, I laid into the Chiefs last week. It was great. Because they're trying to get people to pay for their fucking new stadium again, and I'm like, you lost the Super Bowl. You guys are trash. You're not paying for shit. You don't deserve a new stadium.
Move to
Anyway,
Kansas.
uh, um, so like, yeah, he can't get into the soccer because of the fainting, and I said it's not that bad because usually everyone because everyone does it in soccer. Everyone does it. It's like
Yeah.
what the first thing you learn in soccer is how to fall over correctly,
Yeah.
and
It's like taking a charge in basketball.
most people don't pay attention to it. Like if it happens, everyone's like, yeah, whatever. And then you see the guy just like stand up and like go back with the play. Because like if anything actually does happen, the ref's gonna blow the whistle, and then because that person might actually be like out of the game, like they might be hurt, or it could
Yeah.
be like an actual hit. Because most of the time, I told Trace the most exciting times for soccer for me are the corner kicks when it's like the goal and you got the corner because everyone's right in front of the goal and the ball's coming in and everyone's going
Yeah.
they're trying to head it. So you see sometimes in soccer, dude, you see these guys, he'll be coming in for a header and then another guy will come in randomly, you won't even
Yeah.
know, and then just boom, they smack heads. Oh my, I've seen people like hit knees. Oh, I
Oh
saw a
yeah,
guy.
dude.
He was going up for a header, and this other guy jumped up in front of him, and his elbow went back, elbowed the dude right in the nose. And then sometimes you see people go for like headers, and you know like that wasn't into. He actually just headbutted that dude, and now they're both on the ground. Oh, it gets gnarly.
Actually, you need to tell Trace if he wants to get into soccer, the
Mhm.
best way for him to get into soccer from the internet, I don't
Mhm.
really know. I don't watch too much soccer. But if he's more worried about the fainting and the faking, so to
Yeah,
speak,
yeah.
he needs to watch women's soccer because the internet has
Oh, really?
plenty of videos where it shows the difference. And like someone will just walk by a male player and then they fall over.
Dude, I see it all.
Girls
It's
will pull
so
on their
funny.
ponytail and just like yank them on the ground.
Ooh. And then you just
Like,
get back
no,
up.
you should,
I'll have to
yeah.
watch. I'll have to get into it. I want to get. I don't know if I want to get into U.S. soccer. I just don't know what U.S. soccer teams to even look at.
I mean, probably the KC Sporting.
Yeah, I guess that'd be the only one I would know.
Well, isn't St. Louis getting a soccer team if they don't already have one?
I think so. I'll have to just look it up. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah.
focusing on Arsenal. I've been watching so much, BBC and shit. I know Alan Davies is a huge Arsenal
Okay.
fan, so I was like, I'm gonna check out Arsenal, and just see if I like them. And I really do like Arsenal.
I
I
think
really like the way they
Arsenal
play.
and Manchester City. I think those are like the two
Dude,
like
they're the
most common
top, dude.
ones.
They're
Yeah.
the top teams. And I've watched a little bit of Liverpool, but that's about it. I mostly stick with Arsenal, but they've been on like a few week break right now. So I've been just watching
Hmm.
replays from like the last couple months, and I don't know, man. I'm digging it, and I like how it never stops. Like if someone falls, like I faint, like they just move on, or they'll blow the whistle, but the clock keeps moving, it never stops. So like they could spend 10 minutes dealing with someone's like broken ankle, the clock keeps running, and then at the end of the half or the end of the game, they just add on, oh, we need to add 8 minutes because we spent 8 minutes
Yeah,
doing
which
this.
I
I
get,
like
but
that.
like,
Well, what's interesting about it's almost like overtime because what it does is it just gives the players like a couple more minutes to just like keep shooting, and I've seen plenty of games where those extra minutes are what score someone will score a goal and that's the end of the game. Like
oh
it's
yeah, no,
I've seen it
extra
happen
time is
so many times.
big.
It's very cool. And they've gotten a lot better at like managing like how much time to add on, not wasting as much time anymore. Like
Yeah,
I was telling them there's new rules now. I think just this year, all about kind of like how all the sports have been like, we need to speed this shit up. We're stopping because because soccer, it's all the feinting. Baseball, it was all the balking. Throwing it to the
yeah,
pitcher, throwing it. The only sports that really didn't have that, I feel like, was gridiron football because they had the stop and basketball because they have those stop clocks. Like you have to,
yeah,
or the play clock or whatever, you have to do something within. And now baseball has that too.
yeah,
I don't know if I know in soccer they don't have that, but they definitely players will get in trouble if they waste time. Like now, because they usually like the
yeah,
goalie sometimes could like catch the ball and just like sit with it for like literally like 5 minutes and just like
yeah,
sit
which
there
I
and be like,
like.
"What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?" And then he would kick it, and now he has like a minute tops and be like, "Fucking get the ball going!" Like
Yeah,
because what it happens is, 'cause at first it's like, "Oh, I get it. Let him have his time to like do whatever," but what you'd see is like everyone runs down the field to like get ready for the goalie, and then everyone's just standing there, just standing around looking at each other, like what the heck? Like, can we get this game going? So I'm kind of glad I'm getting into it now that all that time wasting is done. But and also, and this is not becoming a soccer podcast. For the last few weeks, I've been going off on them, but like it's like I was telling Trace yesterday when he was at the house with his baby. I was like, we've played soccer before. You know how like when you play like us, like we didn't grow up playing soccer.
yeah,
So like when we try to like run with the ball, it's very like like it's hard, and you're like, oh, I kicked it too hard. Oh my god, and it's hard to like keep the ball in front of you when you're running, like like dribbling the ball actually. And you
yeah,
watch, and like I
yeah,
always kick it like real light. I'm always like, real light to myself. You watch these guys do it; they are full kicking the ball to themselves, and like the way
yeah,
they move the ball so fast. It's remarkable to watch. And watching people like juke with the ball, dude. Watching someone in basketball do like a cross dribble and like break someone's ankles, pretty fun to watch. Watching it in soccer, ooh, because that dude's ankles with the ball, his ankles are also going all over the place. But he's
yeah.
like, I don't know, I'm hooked. I don't know what it is, like what got me into it, because I tried it before, couldn't get into it. Maybe it's because Alan Davies. Maybe I'm just like, I gotta do it for Alan Davies. Um,
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just really enjoying Arsenal. I'm learning a lot of their team names, their player names. Slowly starting to understand the rules fully. Kind of. There's still some things that I'm not fully got a grasp on, but for the most part, I like just like if I'm editing for sure, I'll put on a soccer game. It's just like 3 hours of background noise,
Yeah.
and then you just have it, and then you just wait till they hear the cheers, and you go back 30 seconds, see what the cheers were for. Boom. I don't know. I'm having a good time with it.
No, I mean, I didn't really even think about soccer in any way, shape, or form. High school, we had a foreign exchange student, and he was in my weightlifting class, and he was big into soccer. I
Mm.
saw him do a corner pass where he like did a flip and then flung it over his
Oh
head.
yeah, dude.
And then I tried doing it and almost broke my neck. Because
It's
the ball is
amazing.
not like I thought he just put all of his weight on the
Wait on
ball,
it.
which I
Yeah.
think he did, but like it as soon as I put all my weight on it, it just like pushed in and then rolled
Yeah.
and but
The amount of
it was
like
just so cool.
the agility, dexterity, everything about soccer players is like it's mind blowing. And like the way they can like be running down the field and then like they see someone like 50 feet away, way over there between like five other people, and they just kick it, and it goes straight to them. How
Yeah.
do they do that? They do it every single time. That goalie, he can fucking punt the ball all the way across the field, goes past midfield, and it lands right where he wanted it to. It's
Yeah.
it's it's a nut. And then sometimes you see the guys point blank kick it to the goalie, and the goalie is like a fucking frog just whoa, and like
Yeah.
slaps it out of the way. That is, dude, I don't know. I'm like fully into it right now. I love it. And
Yeah,
the
dude.
crowds are crazy. I don't know if I could go and watch a soccer game like in England. I don't know if I could do that. That is some hardcore crowds. I don't
Yeah,
know.
dude. And they are rowdy.
Dude, it's insane how rowdy they are. Like you want,
Yeah.
dude, especially like when it's 0-0, it's pretty chill. As soon as one team scores, the entire environment changes. It's awesome. It's I don't know, it's a freaking blast, dude. It's a
Yeah.
freaking blast. I love it. I want to keep talking about soccer, but I won't because I'm gonna make a fool of myself.
For all my weebs out there, if you thought this conversation was kind of interesting, but you don't really want to watch real people do stuff, there's an anime called Blue Lock that is all about soccer, and I love it. And it's only focuses on strikers, and so those are the main guys that
Ooh,
score goals.
I'll have to
And
get into
so
that.
it is, dude. No, I think it's really fun, but it's also you like for me, every time I watch it, I just get into that drive and it's just like, oh my
Yeah,
God, let's just win. Let's
yeah, dude.
do this.
Yeah, it's
It's
fun.
it's fun and
Kind of makes me
it's
want to play
super
soccer a
cool.
little bit.
Yeah, dude. I remember
Kicking
playing as like a
around.
little kid in YMCA, but
I used to play at
um
Mizzou every so often, but
yeah.
not enough. Man, it's so much fun. Yeah, loving it. All right, let's get to our last. Oh, I don't have a hero of the week, but I'll get one while we're looking at one of our last things here. I wanted to show you a fun video that I think you're gonna love. It's right up
Oh,
your alley. I don't know if you knew
oh,
this,
Diagon
Mason.
Alley? Because
Yeah.
that's not my alley.
Did you say diagonally? Um, no, I don't know if you knew this, but there used to be a show on the air. It was called Off the Path with
Oh
Van and
yes.
Mason.
Yeah, I love
Heard of
that
it?
show.
Yeah,
Hmm.
great show. They need to bring it back, I think.
Yeah.
Um, and there was a segment on that show called "Would What Would You Do?"
What would you
Where
do?
the annoying long-haired host would show the other guy who was the funnier one, I think. He would show him like a scary thing happening to someone and then like and not dying. And then you'd be like, how would you survive? Or yeah, because I don't think they actually showed anything of people actually
No, I don't think
nothing
anyone
actually went
died.
wrong. Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
too scared to show anything like that. But so this video, I don't know what happens in this video. I've never seen the full thing, so maybe this person, maybe some bad does happen. But um, this
Well,
is
surely it wouldn't be on the internet.
I've seen some pretty crazy things.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too. Let's play it.
All right, you got it. You
Yeah, I'm
see it?
watching.
All right.
Yeah.
There's no sound,
Okay.
so we'll just. Oops. Uh, okay. So this is a woman doing a zip line or a bungee jump 350 feet over crocodile infested waters, and the bungee jump breaks. And she falls into the water of this crocodile alligator infested water. I don't remember which it is. Not sure what's happening now. It's all blurry. Oh, this is probably just her little interview about it. This was in
All right.
Australia.
Okay, I think she
Um,
survived. Yay. Good
I
for
think she
her.
survived because she's doing an interview about it, obviously, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Unless it's this
Um,
blonde girl that was actually the one doing it.
right. Let's see.
I don't think so.
Here's the video again. Let's take another look at it. So she goes down, already scary, doing a bungee
Well,
jump.
hold on. Play that back.
Play
Play that
back.
back. Yeah, play. Yeah, right when she's first falling.
Okay.
And I want you to pause now. Ish now. First off, you it's hard to see because it's kind of blurry. But look at the line and look at all the just like the little nodules and crap coming off of it. There is no way
Yeah.
that
Oh, I
rope
see.
or anything is like safety regulated. Like first off,
No.
that thing should be out of commission.
Yeah, that. Oh, look how afraid it looked. You see how afraid
Yeah,
that
dude,
looked? That
that's
looked
what I'm
bad.
saying, dude. That was first off,
Oh, actually, you know what? It
that's the
snapped at the
only
top
thing
too.
I'm
Look,
doing.
it snapped right here at the top.
Oh yeah.
Watch this. Oh, let's see that little wave hit it, and then or
Okay,
ripple. I
so it
mean,
looked like she went all the way down and then it started pulling back up. So
yeah.
that's good because then it wasn't the full force of her just like hitting the
She
water.
might have
So
like, yeah, it might have been like she hit the water, and then
I
you
think
like
it's
she.
when she sprung up that little like
Mm.
pull on it just like ripped
Yeah,
it.
because it like stretches, tightens, and then it's supposed to like put back up, but it looks like it
Yeah.
tightened and then just
Yeah.
this same thing that happened to me while we were working outside today. I was on the four-wheeler, sitting on the front of it, and there was a bungee cord over it, and it I actually don't know how that broke, but it also like something I got pulled, and then like the top right by the hook went and just snapped off. So scared the shit out of me. I
Yeah.
really because it happened like right on top of me. I wasn't expecting it at all. And then it's like the cord went. I got lucky because I was kind of leaning back a little bit, and it went. The cord went right in front of my face. So, yikes. So Mason, let me ask you this: 'cause we're not gonna watch the full video of her that happening to her, but what do you think you would do if that was you?
I wouldn't bungee jump.
No. But saying you
Oh,
did bungee jump, like you got talked
okay.
into it, and they were like, "Hey, nothing, Mason, nothing's gonna go wrong. Okay, just put your hands in a motion like this, and I'm just gonna give you a 1, 2, 3, and push, and then you going down. What are you thinking as you're going down? You're thinking this is great,
I'm gonna die, is what I'm thinking.
and then God
Thinking I'm
says,
going to be safe.
then you look up, and God's just at the top, just floating above the bungee cord with this big pair of goofy scissors. He says, "Wish commanded." And you're like, no. And
No,
then
that
you
was a
look,
joke.
then you look down, and Satan's right there, going, "God, I'm gonna catch you."
Just like I said this my entire life, and now is the time you finally do it.
It'd
But
be different if it was something where like she bungee jumped all the time, and like this is the one time it messed up. It's like, okay, you do this all, you've always bungee jumped here, whatever. I guess like this is
yeah,
the one time it messes up. If that's your first time bungee jumping,
I would never do it again.
I wouldn't.
Easily.
I don't even know what I would. Like, if that was my first time, did I pay for it? If someone else paid for it for me, we're no longer in communication. You are trying to get me killed.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is
That
fake.
was a hit.
Who went before me? Am I the first one to go? Because if I'm the first one to go, someone's definitely trying to kill me. Uh, if I'm not the first to go, what were the weights of the people in front of me? Because they might have
Yeah.
weighed it down.
Yeah, dude. My whole thing, like, if I wanted a bungee jump, first off, I would just be the biggest asshole there is because I would just be like, no, I need a new bungee. Like, I want a bungee that has never been used before,
Yep,
and that's going on right now. You're going to install it right now before I go. But here's the thing, I think I would much rather skydive than bungee jump
I think so too.
because of that
Weirdly,
reason alone, because I
yeah,
just don't trust the
weirdly.
bungee.
Weirdly, I think I would also want to do that, like skydive more, or like do the
I
gliding with the
don't want to do
wings.
that.
I don't want to do that at all, but
Yeah.
yeah, over bungee jumping, yeah,
Which I think
yeah,
obviously like bungee jumping's way safer, but that's my
yeah, but
biggest fear is just like the bungee breaking. And for some reason, I just feel like the bungee breaking is more likely to happen versus your parachute not deploying. And I guess if your parachute doesn't deploy, at that point, you just know you're probably dead. And you have a lot of time to kind of come to terms with that, I think.
right, right, right. Yeah.
But
By the way, Trace just texted me and said he woke up from a nap. He wasn't even busy
nice.
with his baby. He was napping, which is good. He needed a nap. Because he was working pretty hard last night. And today. I saw the baby was eating a bowl of cereal, so he's been pretty
Nice.
busy, I think. Anyways, why don't you go and tell everyone where they can find you online on the internets?
A few places you can find me. Instagram. I still have threads. I haven't posted it on there in a long time. Mason Greenwell 52. Blue Sky and TikTok. M Green Wee. M
Yeah.
Green Wee.
If you want to find me on the internet, I'm on Instagram at Van Windsor. The show is also on Instagram at mbr.pod. We've got a Facebook still, Mellow Brick Road. Check it out there. But if you really want to check us out, go to the Blue Sky page, Mellow Brick Road podcast dot bsky.social or whatever. I think it's just look at Mellow Brick
Whatever's
Road
at the end.
podcast. It's on there, yeah. Mellow Brick Road, you'll find it on there. It's the same logo as this one right there. Not that one, that one. The white
This
one.
one.
Not the
Yeah, this
flower.
one.
Dang it. Sorry.
This one.
I know my finger wouldn't like listen to
Oh.
me. I kept pointing at this one, like, no finger up there. Happens to me when I'm on dates too. I go, no finger, don't go there. Anyway.
Bad.
Anyway. That I think that's it. I don't have a hero this week, so I'm gonna say the hero this week is you all. Every Missourian that stands up for what they know is right and good in the world. Um, yeah, that you're the hero. Send me your quotes of how you would protest in your area of Missouri. How about that? And protest for whatever you want. I'm not going to make it political. You could be wanting to protest more rights for Nazis. You could be protesting that all Nazis need to be chemically castrated. I know which side I'm on. Which side are you on? That's what I want to know. So yeah, there you go. I do have one more thing, Mason, actually, before we get out of here.
Okay.
I was doing a deep dive on Final Fantasy VII. I've never played Final Fantasy. I've
I
never
have
even.
never either, but
Okay, you're
um,
Kingdom Hearts, right?
yeah.
Okay, I couldn't
Yeah.
remember if you were Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy.
Kingdom Hearts.
I haven't looked
So
into Kingdom Hearts.
I have a good idea of a lot of Final Fantasy stuff.
Yeah,
Never played
exactly.
through the games, but I know a handful of characters.
Right. So I was listening to a podcast. They did a deep. And I was like, I've never played Final Fantasy 7, but like this, it's
I heard that's
very,
like one of the best
very,
ones.
yeah, exactly, one of the top video games of all time, apparently. So
Yeah.
I kind of into it now. I'm also doing a deep dive into Warhammer 40K, which is
I played one of those games before.
have you like the video games, like the Marine,
Yeah.
Marine, whatever.
Not the newest one. This one came out like 3 or 4 years
Space
ago.
Marine.
I
That's
played.
what they're called, Space Marine, right? Those games or something.
There's
like
a
that.
bunch of them. There's
There's
a bunch of them.
Oh my God, Mason! I listened to a 2-hour podcast about the history of it, and I think I'm only. They even admitted they were like scratching the surface of it. Like it is. I didn't realize how Warhammer was so. I didn't realize it was so big, but it is intimidating. And they said they gave a few book recommendations and like movies, video games if you want to like slowly get into it. But they said if you really want to get like a core of like the human side of Warhammer, go back and watch Secret Level on Amazon Prime, the Warhammer episode. And I was like, I remember there being a Warhammer episode, but I didn't understand what was going on. And now I have like a small context, so I went back and watched it. Dude, it was the most badass thing I've ever seen in my life. And I still
Really?
didn't fully understand it still, but I understood I knew the characters I was looking at and like the villains they were fighting. And my God, what is a gore fest? I mean, gory, like so much blood. Well, that's the whole thing. Warhammer 40K is like the future is all war. There's no good guys. Everyone's a villain. There's just some people that are a
Yeah,
little
you
bit
just
better
fight
than others.
everyone.
It's
Yeah.
crazy, dude. But that's it. That's it for me on that. So,
Play
everyone,
more
thank you so
video
much.
games.
Thank you so much for watching. Keep playing video games. Get into soccer. And watch that soccer anime. What was it called again, Mason?
Blue Lock.
Blue Lock?
Blue Lock.
Blue Lock. Okay.
I think you would enjoy
I
it.
say I'm gonna look into it as well. Everyone, thanks so much for watching. Path number 141, Mellow Manifestations.
Stay safe out there, guys.
See you next time, you beautiful bitches. You hear it?
I heard it a little bit more there.
What if I play it quiet? Really?
I heard that. Don't hear that. Don't hear that. Don't hear that. You might pick it up on your end, and you could probably still put it in.
I can
don't
hear
know.
it on my headphones, so I feel like
Okay.
I'm picking it up.
So the audio will be there. It's just me just being like, "Huh? You're playing music?"
We'll end it there.